Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. You know what time it is. It's Sipping with Sue time, and I am Szu-Moy. And this week we are talking with Sara Imm. She's an award-winning author and speaker, and it's all in celebration of May, which is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So I'd like to welcome Sara. Welcome. So, how are you doing?
Very good. Thank you for having me on.
I appreciate you coming on. So I just wanted to welcome you on. We are always so happy to have different people on the show. And of course, my premise for this particular show for Sipping with Sue is real people doing real things extraordinarily. And you are an author and award-winning speaker. And I want you to just go ahead and tell our audience and tell us a little bit about yourself and what is known as your current identities.
Identity. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm a wife and sisters, and I'm an immigrant here, and I am a survivor of the genocide in Cambodia. And now I'm speaking about it, and I wrote a book about it. I'm also a wellness advocate. I love to teach, to share with people to take care of themselves. Personal self care is so critical, especially during this time. So that's who I am.
I love it. I love it. Well, tell us a little bit more about. So you've had a long journey, especially going back to your Cambodian roots, and because we are highlighting, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month for the month of May, and I just wanted to get a little bit of background on what it was like growing up in Cambodia. You know, your childhood memories and how life was before you had that. Fateful incidents.
Yeah, growing up in Cambodia, I was so uh, fortunate because I was a firstborn and my family live in the countryside. So I enjoy the natural living. You know, everything is natural.
So,
And
so organic wasn't a term back then. It was just living, right? It was just
just
life.
living, everything natural. You pick from the tree, you pull it from the garden, you get the fish from the river. So that's the lifestyle that I live in. So, and
Awesome.
then, and then when I get a chance to attend college, that's different lifestyle. But I love my childhood.
Awesome. So, what was it like? What was it? You were the firstborn, and how many other family members do you have?
I had three brothers, three younger brothers.
Okay, so you were big sister.
I'm a big sister.
So, how did that work with your family construct when you were growing up in Cambodia?
Well, my little brother next to me, he's not much younger than me. It's only a couple years younger. So we are like level playing. We fight, we play, we fight like everybody else.
Mhm.
But but the other two are very young, much younger. My mom had them when I was like in my teen year.
Okay.
So yeah, so I become more like mother to them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did you have to take care of, like, do a lot of the motherly duties?
Yes,
And what was your like mom and dad doing while you were, when you were there and growing up?
my mom and dad, they are working in the farm, so have a busy life.
Mhm.
But one good thing I remember that they did not want me to be a farmer, so they spoiled me to to put me in the house and say, you stay, you take care of your homework and do your homework. I don't want you to do anything in a farm. So that's the mentality of my parent, and I appreciate that very much.
So a lot of education. So forward thinking to education and making sure that education was the most important thing.
Yeah, yes, they
Awesome.
know. They know their lifestyle is a very hard life, so they don't want to see their children to have a hard life like them.
Gotcha, gotcha. So in April, so transitioning forward, so you had your childhood and your life and the different things and the farm life and then education and taking care of your little brothers in Cambodia. And then in April of 1975, your life was changed forever. Do you tell us what happened?
April 75, I was in college. College is in the big city, far away from home. So, like about 400 miles away. And on that day, when the communist Khmer Rouge took over our country, they came in and they began to shut down the city. Everything shut down. So, no more marketplace, there's no more bus, no more post office, no more school. So everything was just completely shut down. And then right away, they start to evacuate everybody from the city.
Mhm,
And we were on foot. Nobody, nobody can take anything. They said, you just go. Point the gun at, and I just grabbed a few clothes and a little bit of food and left everything behind. And I did not have a chance to go home because everything was already shut down. I cannot take the bus back home.
mhm,
I could not call home either because there's no telephone at that time.
mhm.
Everything was shut down.
So they cut off all communication and transportation, and and then so I mean, how did you know where to go or what to do?
I have no idea, but I just followed the crowd. At that time, I was with my uncle, and he's kind of leading us go along with the crowd. All they want is to get out from the city. So we would just walk away from the city, and finally we got in a faraway remote village. So during those times we sleep on the ground and we eat the little food that we took from home. For about a month we was walking. It's a long time, especially when we don't have a place to sleep.
Mhm,
So it was miserable. And then finally I end up in a big work camp. Uh, in that work camp, they push us to work extremely hard and long hours. So I remember maybe about 15 to 16 hours a day under the hot sun. So we were in the heat all the time, and 7 days a week, we did not have time to rest. And they give us a very little food to eat every day, just a little. We
mhm.
were we were hungry all the time.
Did you feel like you wouldn't make it? Did you feel like at any point in time during this that you might not make it through?
I did not think about that. I
No.
it just from one day to the next. I was so grateful. Oh, another day, another
Hmm.
day, another day. Just keep moving on. All I thought about is that how is my mom? How is my dad? How are they doing? And I just want to be with them. I
Hmm.
just want to help out. My mom was sick for a few years before I was separate from them. So all I care about is that I want to go home. I want to help out. So that's what I was thinking. I never thought about not making it.
Hmm. And how old were you when this happened?
I was in my early 20s.
And then was your uncle with you the entire time while you were working also in the camp? No.
No, I was with my uncle at the beginning of the
Hmm.
journey,
Hmm.
and later on, I was separate. I need to go to work with the the single. There's a camp for all the single people,
Hmm.
and my uncle is married with children, so he's stay in the village. They call it like a front line, the hard working people. So that's where I was.
Hmm. And then how did you get out of that camp?
It's a long journey.
Hmm.
I struggled through sickness and everything, but later on they push us to move toward the jungle. Um, at that time, I realized that if I keep moving with them, I will never have a chance to go find my family.
Hmm.
So at that time, I make a decision to escape. It was a dangerous escape,
Hmm.
but because I miss my family so much, I didn't want to separate from them forever.
Hmm.
So I gathered three close friends who make plan to escape together. So we did. It's a long journey, but we make it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. If they ever find us during that escape, we will never be. I would never be here. Um,
Right.
yeah, during that time, there are a lot of people run away, and a lot of them got killed because they accuse us of betray that we betrayed them
Hmm.
by running away from them.
Hmm.
So we never have a chance if they caught us.
Wow. What a story of survival. My goodness. So you and your two close friends were able to escape. And then actually, I'm sure you didn't know where you were. So you were able to escape and find your families, right?
Right, right, yeah.
Wow.
We just one thing at a time. At that time, we just want to get away from them.
Hmm.
And then whatever else we need to do, we'll figure that out later.
Hmm.
So if we want to wait until we figured out where to go and exactly, we will never get out from there.
Right.
So we have to do one thing at a time as we are able to. So that's what we did, and I think probably with God's help, He helped direct our path because we it's in the jungle, in the dark, at night. It's extremely dark, and how do you know where to go? But thank goodness we get out, and I track down my family. It's a long journey. We walk barefoot for about a month of walking. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's such a story. And then you have and it needs to be heard for sure because there's so many people that there's people that struggle with certain things, but your story is like this is really something like tragic that could have gone a totally different way, and yet you came out of it and you've seen goodness from it and like are pushing out goodness into the world because of it. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
I'm so thankful every time I think about it. I thank God for directing my path because without His help, I don't think I could make it. I might get lost in the jungle, back and forth, don't know where to go.
Mhm.
But sometimes you have to trust. Sometimes you have to have a faith,
Mhm.
and we cannot control our life all the time. But we have to make the best decision we can do at the time.
Exactly, exactly. Wow. So you also have a group here on Facebook and it's called From Thriving to Surviving, right? A
From
thriving conversation. Tell us how that started or how that came about. I'm sure it was this journey that you had to go through with all of your trials and tribulations that you had to go through was part of it. But tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the group from surviving to thriving.
Sorry, from surviving to thriving. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. I was introduced to somebody from Vietnam. She's also a refugee escaping Vietnam through the boat. So when we were introduced by email, so we like to meet each other. So
Mhm.
finally, after months of back and forth, so finally we met each other one time in April. That's last year.
Okay.
We saw each other one time, but we like each other because our story is similar,
Hmm.
and we are uh, building and speaking the career together. So we find a lot of similarity. So after we went home, and then a month later, the pandemic hit.
Hmm.
And then my friend, my new friend Lee, she's she was nervous, a little bit nervous of what to do. You know, she cannot go anywhere and cannot do anything. So she had an idea that why don't we come up with something, do
Hmm.
together, and using our history, our journey,
Hmm.
quiet people. And I love that idea. I said, that's what I'm doing every day, but it's in a different way. Now we are in this situation. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hmm.
So we create a Facebook page, a
Hmm.
Facebook group, and I have a Zoom account. So
Hmm.
let's get on the Zoom. So we meet and then we record and then we post it later. And then later on, we found out that the Zoom have a capability of going live when
Hmm.
you upgrade a little bit more. So we went live. So the first few months, just Lee and I, we talked with each other, just
Hmm.
come up with a topic and do a discussion. Topic like freedom. What does it mean to you? And topic like courage, like determination, like faith, like family. What, how do we look at the family unit in our country and compare to here? So something like that. But later on, we realized that we talk too much about ourselves. Let
But you guys both have such an have amazing stories and have done like this journey that you guys have been on. It's incredible. So no, it's okay to talk about yourselves. It's people should know this because again, some people are walking their path, whatever that path is, and they're like, man, I'm struggling. I can't get through it. And then they hear a story like yours and they're like, I'm okay. I'll get through it. Right.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's what I heard a lot from my audience.
yes.
After either after they read my book or after they hear my talk, they said, "Oh, I feel much better." I said, "Why?" Because because I don't have as bad as yours.
Yes, it's true. I mean, when you find somebody that has endured, that some of us are, we deal with a hill, and some of us are climbing mountains or have climbed a mountain like you have. I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody's struggle and journey and path is different, but we get encouragement, right, from stories like yours, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We are not talking to brag about ourselves. We are talking to encourage because
Yes.
my my theme is this: if I can make it through the killing field, you can make it through anything,
Hmm. Hmm.
anything. That nothing is impossible. If you make up your mind, you have a courage to do it, and you have a faith to do it. So later on, we realized that we almost run out of topic to talk about. So we we talk with each other every day, Monday
Hmm.
through Friday.
Yes.
every day. So we decided to invite some of our guests that have amazing story. We already know from the beginning. They say our story is not only the story. There's so many people
Mhm.
in this country, in the world, that have so many amazing stories. So that when we decided to invite other people to come, so we stopped talking about our own journey. We start talking about other people's journey.
I love it. That's fun. It's fun. And then, so your Facebook group is from surviving to thriving. And then, how many folks are in your group now since last year? I think there's quite a bit, right? You've had quite
We have about 400 members.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we did not aggressively um, inviting people at the
Hmm.
beginning because we didn't know what we are doing. We just come on and talk, come on and talk. So we
Hmm.
did not really have a direction, but only one thing that we know for sure, that our goal is to help inspire people during this pandemic. So
Yes.
that's all we know. So
Yes. And you guys are both every single day. So with that, um, helping to inspire people, helping to encourage people, how can others work towards overcoming their major challenges or their difficulties as they're going through this pandemic or whatever hills or mountains that they're going through? What advice would you give to some of the other folks, given your experience and what you had to deal with?
I would say that whatever causing them hardship, let go of the bitterness. First is to clear their heart, to heal their heart. Don't be too angry, be too bitter about anything. Keep moving on and let go of the hardship. And then also, I I love to help people to turn their pessimistic outlook into
Hmm.
optimistic. Optimistic have a lot of value. So it's just like when you see the glass half full,
Hmm.
you just need to learn to see that it's instead of half empty, it's half full. It's already half in there. You just
Hmm.
add a little more, it will be full. So if everybody can just turn that, so it's easy to fill up the cup. But how do you do it in the personal life? I would say keep looking at the positive side of things. When the pandemic hit, instead of worry about where I'm going to get the bathroom tissue, just and be grateful of what you already have.
Hmm.
So what we have is more than enough to sustain you. You don't need to think too far and worry too much. That
Hmm.
when you worry too much, it causes depression,
Hmm.
worry, anxiety. Um, let's see. Also, uh, look for look for gratitude in every situation.
Hmm.
Any situation, it's not always bad. I want to give you a quick example. When I had a car accident a couple of years ago, when I get out from the car, my car is smashed. And they will need to tow that car away, and that car is no use anymore.
Hmm.
Instead of me feeling angry, upset about I made a mistake and I run a red light or whatever,
Hmm.
blame myself, I look at it, say, I'm alive.
Hmm.
I'm still standing. I'm still breathing. I'm still did not get hit on the head that I can become crazy or become uh, in a coma.
Hmm.
Just look at all the positive that you still have. So just look for positivity that you you are grateful for.
Yeah,
So
that's good. That's good. Because a lot of the times, most people are going to look at the negative and not the positive. So, and that takes work.
yeah,
It's not something that's, automatic. I know it's not automatic for me. Absolutely not. I'm actually more quick to look at the negative than the positive, but that's very good sound words of advice, because if we can train ourselves to do that, I mean, our outlook and our just our way of life and just living in general will be so much better.
yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I That's what I live by, and I want to help people to, you know, it's not easy because we
Mhm.
have to train ourselves to do it, to to be that way. It takes time to change our habit.
Yes, for sure. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Um, so what else will you guys be doing? Like, as far as, are you doing anything special for this month's celebration in honor of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month within the group
Yeah,
or?
yeah. We invite Asian guests, if
Mhm.
possible. If we find somebody that original from Asia, we would love to have them on board. But next Monday, the 24th, we have a special panel discussion. This give opportunity for people that come from a different country. In United States, a lot of people don't know that Asian, there are so many different Asian. So
Yes.
this is opportunity for us to grab one from this country, one from that country, and the
Mhm.
other one from the other country. And we all have different culture, different
Mhm.
tradition, different language, different lifestyle. So I'm so excited. It's going to be fun.
And then what time is it on Monday?
5 o'clock, 5 Eastern.
5 Eastern time. Awesome. So we'll let our folks know about your group in the thread, and we'll make sure to if we can share Monday's event, that would be awesome too.
Yeah, they just go to the group. It will be live. They can
Mhm.
watch live.
Awesome. Well, good. Yeah, we'll share it all in the thread and make sure that folks know about it. So I would like to thank you so much again for coming on. We're going to go ahead and wrap everything up. I appreciate you telling your story. It's definitely inspirational and encouraging and very meaningful. I mean, you've been through so much, and it's one of those things where you think back and you're like, I do not have it this hard. It's okay. Whatever we're going through, it's okay. We'll move on from there. But I wanted to just ask you if you had anything else to add.
Yeah, I like the audience to know that I have a book. Well, the book, it outline a lot more detail than I talk in 30 minutes.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find my book. Okay, here it is. Can you see? It's shiny. It's
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
How I survived the killing fields. It's um it's inspirational book. I
Hmm.
don't dive into the nasty stuff. I don't dive too deep, too far
Hmm.
deep.
Hmm.
Just enough to tell that it's it's
Yep.
bad, but you can get out.
Hmm.
So the my idea of writing the book is to help people that struggle through many issues, many problems,
Hmm.
so that this book can help give them a different perspective.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah,
it's on Amazon, correct?
it's on my website.
It's on your website. Okay, so we'll add the website to the thread also, so that people have that link and they can click on it, and then they can read about your book and get the full story, because this was the very abbreviated story. But yeah, so definitely check out her book, check out her Facebook page with Lee and all of her guests that are going to be celebrating for Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month for the month of May. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys actually have guests every single day, correct?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Okay, yeah. I just do Friday because I can't do that many.
Yeah,
I can only
yeah.
do Friday. But I
Right.
appreciate you being on. Thank you so much. And so just for fun, what I like to do with my guests is I like to do a speed round, just so people can get a little bit of fun and know a little bit more about you. So for you, please let us know, how do you say good evening in Cambodian?
Oh, រាត្រីសួស្តី
Again?
រាត្រីសួស្តី
Araya trai suastai.
Yeah, you get it.
Oh, good evening. See? Cheers, everybody. Okay, so would you rather watch TV after a long day or would you rather read a book?
Neither.
Oh no, she's like, I'm going to take a bath. I'm out of there. So what do you relax after a long day? What do you do?
I don't know. I look for the music.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I like to relax with music too, so that's good. Okay, so what's your favorite day of the week?
Sunday.
Sunday. Beautiful. Do you like to draw, or can you draw or doodle? Which one of the two?
I was a doodle.
He's a doodler. I'm a doodler too. I say I can draw, but I doodle. What's your favorite food?
Oh, I love Asian food.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite would be Cambodian food, of course. Some kind of curry, any type of curry, I love it.
Spicy or not spicy?
Spicy.
She's spicy. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Sarah, so much. I appreciate you coming on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to the weekend. Have a good one. We are going to close out Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month next week, Friday, with a performance. And so you'd have to stay tuned to see that. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, you guys.